What is up, ladies and gents? We are live from UFC 211. Stipe Miocic Jr. Dos Santos. Man, what an amazing card we have for you. Oh my goodness, I am so pumped for this one. After a long time, actually, as we have a pay-per-view event following the debacle of UFC 210, and MMA Live gets an opportunity to cover it once again for you guys one more time, as we have the main card just about to start. That is what happened there. Significantly, we have 5 fights to cover. The first one is Krystof Jotko versus David motherfucking Branch. Before we set the stream up, I would like to welcome the listeners to MMA Live, the channel where we get the most technical play-by-play and fight analysis. Hope the audio is coming loud and clear as David Branch enters the octagon for his fight against Krystof Jotko. Long win streaks on the line for both of these gentlemen in this fight. 10 fight win streak for David Branch. Give me just a second to set this shit up. Live streaming. Hopefully audio is clear. Yes, it is clear. We would be sharing the links to where you can watch these fights together already. Dar Foggy in the house. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining the stream. Dar Foggy, one of the older listeners of the stream. It's been a long time coming, ladies and gentlemen. The particular UFC pay-per-view, it was a long time coming. We had no activity on the channel. I would address that today also. Going forward, we would be giving you more content once a week so that you guys are up to date with all the MMA news and updates as they happen. The last fight which happened on the card was Alvarez versus Poirier, the featured fight on the UFC Fight Pass prelims, which just got concluded. But man, it's been a good night of fights as Krystof Jotko enters the octagon. Both of these gentlemen are very tall and lanky. The camera angle might be a little off today. Let me see whether I can improve this. Just got a new setup done for my desktop PC. Would also be sharing that on the channel soon once all of the dust settles. But today we have the tied third longest active win streak for Krystof Jotko in the middleweight division, highest takedown defense in UFC middleweight history, 89.1%, and we also have 6 wins by knockout for the number 9 ranked Krystof Jotko. What is up? Carmelo Rodriguez in the house. Thank you very much for joining in. We'll be sharing where to watch these pay-per-views quickly. It's actually the same as UFC 210 if you guys remember. So the channels on cable, XBMC and Cody are pretty much the same. I am watching this right now on Sony ESPN Live HD as we are about to hit 400 subscribers. We break down the play with the tail of the tape. Krystof Jotko, 27 years old, 6 feet 1, 185 pounds, and 77-inch reach. David Branch, 35 years old, 6 feet 1, but 78-inch reach. Very tall and lanky competitors for this one, the opener of the main card, UFC 211. Hopefully the audio is coming loud and clear. Man, I'm pumped for these fights. What? Are you fucking kidding me? Fucking Stiopic in the house, man. As Joey Diaz would say, fucking Stiopic. With a gum coming out of my mouth. That's how pumped I am. 20 wins and 3 fucking losses for David Branch from Brooklyn, New York. He is the underdog though, plus 125. That's a solid odd for a guy who has 10 fight win streak. Don't get me started with the getting pumped up shit, man, because I'm focused today on breaking these fights up. Minus 155 favorite is krystof, jotko, number 9 ranked. 19 wins and only 1 loss. What the fuck? Oh, yes. Dar Foggy. The victor between Justin the Diamond Poirier and Eddie Alvarez. Let me quickly check that. Hopefully you can see the screen clearly. Unfortunately, I'm getting a error on my screen. Fucking Siopic nailed this shit, I guess. But anyways, I will give you the update quickly as this fight progresses. krystof Jotko and David Branch. Round 1. Southpaw stance for Jotko. Traditional stance for David Branch. Oh, the overhand does not connect for David. Both of these fighters want to stand and bang for sure. They do not want to engage the grappling in this middleweight division fight. Left jab connects for David Branch. Very lanky opponents, both of them. David Branch, though, definitely has a significant size in terms of bulk in his chest area. In white trunks is David Branch. Good outside leg kick answer with the left straight by Mr. Jotko, who is riding a 6-fight win streak. Fucking Stiopic in the house, man. What the hell? Jedrezejczyk, Gamebred Masvidal also in the house today, along with the boa constrictor Damien Maia. Oh, beautiful level change and takedown by David Branch. Did not expect that to happen. As you can see, the round is showing wrong data for Eddie Alvarez and Dustin Poirier. So let me check out what the fuck is up with that. If any of the listeners watch the Fight Pass prelims, do let us know what happened on that fight. Because I did see Poirier getting the striking advantages early, but Eddie Alvarez got the takedowns in round 2. That's as far as I remember. But I'd gone to drink some water and shit, and then the round just got over. So did not check that. krystof Jotko doing reasonably well from the ground. In guard is David Branch, who is trying to posture up and land some ground and pound like fucking Stiopic. But Jotko doing reasonably well, getting the underhooks from bottom, but a really open guard for krystof Jotko. Jotko still trying to get up, not very good with the takedown defense. David Branch, though, hands clasp, will get him down again, I guess. Jotko is almost up, but not a lot of action early. Good knee to the knee by David Branch. Good stuff. Oh, looks like a no contest. Okay, Carmelo Rodriguez says it was a no contest. Not sure what happened there. We'll get back to that once this one gets over. 2 minutes remaining if you want to sync this shit up. Jotko, though, is up, trying to fight the over-under from David Branch, who is surprisingly doing good in the clinch. Man, just want to get through the 500 subscriber mark soon. Hopefully after this pay-per-view ends, as more and more listeners are tuning in to the channel where we break the MMA fights down. Oh, Jotko gets a takedown. Beautiful clinch trip. Oh, good right hook on the break, but David Branch is up. They clinch fight. Good knee to the body by krystof Jotko. Good pressure. Oh, good knee to the head by David. I actually did not understand why they kept this fight as the opener for UFC 211. They should have kept Eddie Alvarez versus Dustin Poirier for this one. Probably an illegal blow, but David Branch just shrugs it off. They still clinch fight as we have 55 seconds left in the fight. Good knees. Don't go anywhere as I'll be giving you links on Cable, XBMC, and Cody. If any of the listeners are watching this online, you can share those links to our listeners, the MMA Live community, so that we can also watch them with you. I will also be sharing them once this round gets over. 30 seconds remaining, not a lot of action in this round compared to what was expected. Jotko, though, doing reasonably well while recovering from the takedown, but I have to say they might give this round to David Branch, going for a single. Oh, good knee to the body by David Branch. Good pressure. 10 seconds remaining. And the round comes to an end. Even Stevens, but Jotko is visibly frustrated with how that round went. Something's wrong with the UFC's website for some reason. We'll check what that happens. Okay. That immigrant mentality, man. Yeah, you're so right, Dar Foggy. Thank you to all the listeners who are listening in. These are the first set of channel names which you can search for on the internet and watch UFC 211 with us as we break it down on the channel. Here it comes. Okay, these are the first set of channels. Also time to change that fucking thumbnail up. Here we go. Round 2 begins. And the first set of channels where you can watch UFC 211 live is on the comment section, ladies and gents. Do check it out. Jotko keeping the range in this round, definitely. Trying to go for the head hunting shit. Lot of feints. Oh, Jotko just falls over while he was trying to hook David Branch. David Branch has good head movement though. Jotko has to win this round convincingly in order to be equal. Oh, good spinning back fist by Krystof Jotko. Good stuff. And he disengages, moves to the center. Good teep. Oh. Low kick to the nuts by David Branch as we have a break in the action. The first set of channels are cable channels or XBMC Cody channels. I'll put up on the comment section. Do check them out. As we are about to enter into uncharted territory, 4 amazing fights lined up for you guys. Frankie the Answer Edgar versus Yair El Pantera Rodriguez is the next one. After that we have Gamebred Jorge Masvidal versus Damien, Maia. And in 2 title fights, Joanna champion versus Jessica Andrade for the UFC strawweight title. And for the main event, Stipe Miocic from Cleveland, Ohio, fighting Miocic Vs Dos Santos for the second time to avenge his only loss. Good uppercut by Krystof Jotko in the main event. Oh, good punch by Jotko. That one turned David Branch inside out. Branch wants to go for the level change. Good left hook on the break. Jotko, though, much better in range management. Fighting from the southpaw stance with the red trunks. Thank you to all the listeners who are tuning in to the channel. I am watching this on the first channel I put up on the comment section, Sony ESPN HD. That channel would work anywhere in Asia or the Pacific, either Australia or New Zealand. You have that channel available for free or for $1 a month. And the pay-per-view costs are obviously significantly higher than that. So I would suggest that you guys by Sony ESPN. If it is available to you, it's a really good deal. They did not pay me to say this. David Branch, though, good level change, but Krystof Jotko is immediately up. 2 minutes remaining approximately. Oh, good punch on the break by Jotko. Jotko is far more dominant in this round. I am rooting for Krystof Jotko, the guy with the 6-fight win streak. Oh, good kick to the body. David Branch has good knockout power, but he's not engaging in the stand-up exchanges, unfortunately. Oh, good left hook. Connects for Jotko. Good punch to the body by David Branch. Oh, winging overhead punch does not connect for David. Jotko, though, smart enough to see that he is coming in for the clinch, trying to defend. Jotko saying, oh, referee immediately breaks it up. Interesting. Jotko was like, what the hell is happening to the crowd? No, good jabs by David. David Branch is built like a tank. You gotta give it to that guy. Heavyweight title and the strawweight title up for grabs today. As we are coming to the end of the second round, looks like it's even Stevens, 1 round each for Krystof Jotko. Oh, good high kick blocked by David Branch. He is not throwing a lot of punches. Oh, good spinning hook kick. Connects for Jotko. Gotta be careful. David Branch trying to level change, immediately tripping Jotko up. Immediately gets back up, but that still counts as a takedown. 20 seconds remaining. Can we get a finish? Looks improbable. As we have 15 seconds. Looks like this will also be... Oh, good punch by Jotko. He has that step in elbow going on. Good level change. As we end the second round of what is probably gonna be 3 rounds in the middleweight division, Krystof Jotko looks a little tired. Good stuff going in, but I did not expect this to go to 3 rounds in the middleweight division, definitely. Thank you once again to all the listeners. Whew. Can't wait for the main and co-main, definitely, sir. Cannot wait for it. Joanna Jedrezejczyk could finally be dethroned as the women's strawweight champion, in my humble opinion. No disrespect to Joanna Jedrezejczyk, but she has to be careful with the barrage that Jessica Andrade brings to the game. Hooks all day, all night. That is Jessica Andrade style. And if you get caught, you know what happened last time? Karolina Kowalkiewicz did stun Joanna champion. Even Claudia Gadelha in the rematch managed to stun Joanna Jedrezejczyk. So she has to be having a suspect chin in the strawweight division as we open round 3 between David Branch and Krystof Jotko. Spinning hook kick attempt does not connect for David Branch. A lot of feinting. Jotko, though, is definitely more aggressive in this round. Good hook connects for Jotko. Not a lot of punches connecting for both men, actually. Lot less output than what I expected. David Branch also showing a sense of urgency with a lot more jabs and feints thrown in. Jotko has really good head movement, though. Good punch to the body. Oh, good hook connects for David. High blocked by David Branch. Oh, good spinning back kick. Branch says bring it. Teep kick by David Branch. Good inside leg kick by David Branch. Wants to go for that level change, but Krystof Jotko stuffs that one. 3 minutes 30 seconds remaining for Jotko to win this. Otherwise, this would be a second defeat in what is a storied career for Krystof Jotko. Their brand's doing reasonably well actually in this round. He wants to clinch and get the takedown. Jotko should be taking David Branch down if he wants to have a dominant round. David Branch though has got the underhooks. Goes back to the clinch. Jotko, good knee to the body in the clinch as David Branch looks for a takedown one more time. Does not happen. Good knee by David Branch in the clinch. Over under for both men. The crowd is not liking this obviously. Oh, good knee to the body once again by David Branch. None of these fighters are visibly gassed, even though Krystof Jotko looks a little bit this time. Pushing the pace is David Branch in this round as the referee breaks it up one more time. 2 minutes 20 seconds remaining. David Branch goes right back to the clinching. He's putting a lot of pressure. Jotko looks to be a little tired. Good jab by David. You got to be careful of the head kick. Oh, good level change by David Branch. Pushes through for a beautiful takedown. Looks like this is going to be a unanimous decision, 29-28 in favor of Mr. Branch, who is riding a 10-fight win streak. I did not expect that. Surprise, surprise. In the first fight of the card, as we have 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining for Jotko to get up and do something. Jotko though, slowly but steadily getting up. He wants to go for a single leg of his own. He is visibly tired. David Branch doing really well in these exchanges where the clinch position is involved. Good stuff. The judges might easily give this round to David Branch. The referee though is breaking the fight up, but David Branch just keeps getting into the clinch. Gotta be careful of not getting knocked out. Oh, good knee to the body by Jotko. Can we have a late knockout, please? 30 seconds remaining. Oh, good kick to the body by Jotko. Gotta be careful. "15 seconds remaining. Still lots of feints. Good uppercut by Jotko. That one rocked David Branch, but he is again very smart enough to clinch. The crowd is not appreciative of that performance for sure, but the judges, in my opinion, would probably give this fight to David Branch. I know this was not entertaining, but see, sometimes it's not what matters in terms of entertainment. Nope, Moises Cruz, the Yair fight did not happen. Yair Rodriguez El Pantera is gonna fight next Frankie Edgar. Frankie the answer. Can he answer the challenge possessed by the young Mexican phenom? That is what is going to be answered. Next one. Man, we are all fucking set for the 4 fights, which are not going to change your life, but they are going to change your perception of MMA. That is for sure, guys. Don't go nowhere, as the official decision is coming up between David Branch and Krystof Jotko. Gotta give it to David Branch on this one, even though it was very, very uninteresting. David Branch getting the better of the clinch position. Also managed to get a couple of takedowns. He fought the smart fight, did not get a lot of damage. Gotta do what you gotta do. David Branch should probably get the victory in this one. The official decision is coming up. Thank you to all the listeners who have tuned in. In response to Dar Foggy, I agree. She has been reigning supreme in all her challenges in the strawweight division. But do remember, she is a slow starter. Joanna Jedrezejczyk, most of the times in her decision victories, has a very weak first round. The problem with Andrade is, if you have a bad round with Andrade, you're going to get really, really hurt. Because remember, she is a 135-pound girl who's cutting a lot of weight to make 115. Oh, it's a split decision, surprisingly. Winner by split decision is David Branch. As expected, I do not see that as a split decision. I see that as a unanimous decision. That was a reasonably good performance for David Branch. As we have the ruthless one, Robbie Lawler, in the house. We also have the guy who fought with Michael Chiesa, Cowboy Cerrone, along with Anthony Showtime Pettis, also in the house. Showtime Pettis, a lot of great stars on the octagon today. But man, get your seatbelts going as we are about to get into the good ones. The great Khali is getting a advertisement for some reason for some cement company, but good stuff going in as we are all set for the 4 fights. Let me give you a quick update of what happened in this beautiful pay-per-view in the Fight Pass prelims and UFC on Fox. The first fight was Joachim Christensen versus Antigulov, and surprise, surprise, motherfuckers, Joachim Christensen got submitted by this newcomer. I don't know who this guy is, but he got the sub very early in round 1. Then we had Enrique Barzola versus Gabriel Benitez, very close fight, but then the decision went in favor of Enrique Barzola. Then we had Jessica Aguilar versus Courtney Casey, getting superior positioning and superior striking, gets the victory by decision. James Wick versus Marco Polo Hayes. James Wick, as expected, getting the early KO, as we have Junior Dos Santos Cigano entering the building for his rematch against Junior Dos Santos versus Stipe Miocic. James Wick getting the KO against Marco Polo Hayes. Then we had Chase Sherman versus Rashad Kulja. Chase Sherman getting the KO in round number 2. Then one of the best fights which you could ever see in a long time. Jason Knight versus Chas Kelly. Back and forth action, takedown, submission attempts, everything mixed in. But finally, Jason Knight getting the late TKO victory against Chas Kelly. Probably fight of the night. Alvarez versus Poirier turned out to be a no contest, in my opinion. Dustin Poirier was having the superior exchanges in the stand-up, but unfortunately the fight had to be stopped due to a no contest. Then we had the first fight of the main card, David Branch versus Krystof Jotko. Really boring fight, but David Branch did what he had to do and got the the split decision victory against Krystof Jotko. He improves his record to 11 wins consecutively in the middleweight division. Michael Chiesa and the guy who was from the hood, as he said, I forgot his name, Moton Lee, Kevin Moton King Lee. They fought yesterday in the summer kickoff conference. Beautiful conference though, gotta say. But without Conor McGregor, these guys are not gonna do that much business in the UFC for sure. John Jones, Daniel Cormier has been finalized for July 29th. Daniel Cormier and John Jones hate each other. It was very, very evident yesterday in the press conference. I don't know how many of you guys saw that. The summer kickoff. A lot of good fights have been put up. Joanna Calderwood versus Cynthia Calvillo is headlining a card. Can you fucking imagine that? This is 2017. Karolina Kowalkiewicz is going up against Claudia Gadelha. Amanda Nunes versus Valentina Shevchenko, the rematch. Kelvin Gastelum versus Chris Weidman. Daniel Cormier, John Jones, part 2 is also about to happen. Finalized for Anaheim, California. DC versus Jones 2. Will this happen, or will Jones screw it up one more time? I have no expectation from John Jones anymore, man. I have no expectation from that guy. If he manages to turn up, I think he's going to whoop DC's ass one more time. But hey, you never know which John Jones is turning up. That's the problem. Exactly. Without Conor McGregor, these press conferences are doing nothing. Fucking nothing. Basic press conferences. These press conferences can't take that left-hand shot, if you know what I mean. But anyways, May 28th to July 29th is where the press conferences oriented fights are going to happen. 6 countries, 10 live events, and 4 championship fights for the UFC summer kickoff, which is going to end with DC versus Jones 2 for the UFC light heavyweight championship. The interim champion is John Jones. The true champion, though, is obviously DC, who has defended the title twice against Anthony Rumble Johnson, who unfortunately has retired from the sport for some reason. And then we also have Alexander Gustafsson. The fight with DC was a epic one, but he ended up defending there also. Incidentally, Alexander Gustafsson is going to fight the guy who Johnson knocked out last time, Glover Teixeira, versus Alexander Gustafsson is going to happen in Sweden. Right now we have number 2, Frankie Edgar, going up against number 7, Yair Rodriguez. That is going to be a really, really good one. The Mexican phenom is only 25 years old, is very creative, and he knows what to do in the octagon in terms of striking. But Frankie Edgar is no joke. He is called the answer for a reason. Man, that's going to be a great fight. It is coming up immediately after this. In case you want to watch these fights live, the channels on which you can watch is given in the comment section. But I'm going to give you one more link now. Don't go nowhere. You can also check these fights on streamtowatch.cc in case you're wondering where to watch them. Now, you guys might be surprised to listen to this, but I am more excited for Frankie Edgar versus Yair Rodriguez than I'm excited for joanna Jedrezejczyk versus Jessica Andrade. You might be laughing at me, but seriously, I'm really excited for this guy. Yair Rodriguez is called El Pantera for a reason. I don't know how many of you understand Mexican, but El Pantera is basically sort of like a lion in the cage. But man, Frankie Edgar is also no joke. He did get defeated by Jose Aldo, though. So we're really going to see whether the new generation has caught up with the old guard. Can Yair Rodriguez keep it standing? Because Frankie Edgar has got seriously good wrestling. But Yair Rodriguez has got seriously good striking. So can we get this to the ground? That is what Frankie Edgar will be looking for. But man, I am going to be going for a controversial pick. Against all odds, I'm going to go for Yair Rodriguez on this one. I don't know how many of you are with me, but let me know in the comment section. I'm really pumped for Yair Rodriguez, man. He is the true next generation mixed martial artist in terms of how he does the stand-up. It really makes me remember Anderson Silva. For some reason, the range management, man, the crowd just went nuts as we have Yair Rodriguez entering the octagon. I think he is undefeated or has only one loss in his entire record. He fights out of Mexico from the city of Parral. But the way he dismantled BJ Penn is no joke. BJpenn.com, do check out his website for mixed martial arts web updates. But man, the way he dismantled BJ Penn, that stuff was legendary in my opinion. BJ Penn looked really good early on. Let me tell you guys, he was clinching up, getting some punches in, but the way he dismantled a Hall of Famer like BJ, I know BJ was getting old, I agree, but still, the way he dismantled BJ Penn, this kid can do miracles inside the octagon. The only thing I have to check is whether his takedown defense is in place. That's all I need to check here. If his takedown defense is in place, I'm telling you, this kid is going to defeat Frankie Edgar, who is the number 2 in the UFC's featherweight rankings, and he will be ready for the winner of Max Bless Holloway versus Jose Aldo. That is going to come in UFC 213, if I'm not wrong. Do let me know when that fight is coming up in the comment section. But man, this guy's the real deal. Highest striking differential amongst active UFC featherweights. Can you imagine that? He has a plus 2.11 strike differential. Third longest active win streak in the UFC. 6 fights. He is riding a 6-fight win streak. A lot of Mexicans in the house. As we have Alcantara. Man, the crowd just went nuts. I did not expect such a good reception for Alcantara Rodriguez. Yair Rodriguez is inside the octagon, about to enter. I'm surprised there's no stream on streamtowatch.cc. I am sure there should be one. You just have to go search Mike McTaggart. Sir, you would have to go and look for UFC 211 somewhere. But they'll probably not put it up as UFC 211. Just search for one of the fighters. They might put up that fight on Stream to Watch. Stream to Watch does give you reliable fights. If that is not working, do check out these channels on XBMC or Kodi if you have it. Darfoggy, you are right, sir. This kid is legit, and so is that kid, Yair Rodriguez, who's about to fight the most difficult fight in his entire life. Frankie, the answer. Man, the heart, blood, and guts, what Frankie Edgar brings to the octagon is stuff of legends. The most fight time in UFC history. Can you imagine this? The most. There have been a lot of fighters who are known to gut it out, but the highest fight time is Frankie the Answer Edgar. 6 hours and 17 minutes of UFC fight time. Just take that in. And in those fights, he has the 3rd highest number of takedowns in UFC history. I am talking UFC history, not just the current active fighters, but the entire UFC history. It is the Answer, Frankie Edgar, who has the highest fight time and the 3rd highest takedowns. But Yair Rodriguez has the highest fight differential in terms of strikes. So if this is going to stand up, this is going to be Yair Rodriguez's fight. But if this is going to the ground, I see Frankie Edgar getting a lot of ground and pound into the particular fight, as we are all set for the featherweight matchup. Frankie Edgar is 35, Yair Rodriguez just 24. Yair Rodriguez has a significant reach advantage. 71 inches is the reach for Yair Rodriguez compared to 68 inches for Frankie Edgar. Frankie Edgar is 35. He's 11 years elder to Yair Rodriguez. That is how experienced Frankie Edgar is. But man, I am so pumped for this one compared to any other fight on this card, as we are officially all set. The underdog plus 100 is Yair Rodriguez. It's a pick'em fight, guys. It's a pick'em fight. Let me know in the comment section who you got for this one. It's a pick'em fight. The crowd is going absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts for Yair Rodriguez. Man, I have not heard a crowd like this in a long time. You would be surprised how vociferous this crowd is. Man, they are equally vociferous for Frankie Edgar. 20 wins and 5 losses only. Minus 130 favorite. Very slight favorite is the Edgar, fighting out of New Jersey, Toms River. If this fight is going to end early, I'm going to go with Yair Rodriguez. But if it's going to go late, you can never expect a dull fight out of Frankie Edgar. Whew, I'm getting goosebumps right now. Whew, you can look at this shit. Oh my goodness. Whew. The referee. Who the fuck is the referee? The referee is Chris Reed. Looks like a new guy. The beautiful Brittany Palmer doing the ring work. Oh my goodness, she is smoking. Here we go. First round. Don't blink, guys. Don't fucking blink. Both of the fighters taking the center. Frankie pressing the action as expected. The answer. Yair Rodriguez kicks are devastating. Oh, good one too by Frankie. Frankie got some hands there. If you remember how he knocked out Chad Mendes. Good front kick by Yair, who's trying to keep the range on the outside. Frankie, though, always pressing the action. Frankie got to be really, really careful with the kicks. Frankie wants to get into the clinching range, but good defense by Yair Rodriguez. Good outside leg kick connecting for Yair. Oh, Frankie for that overhead. Oh, 1-2 does not connect. Frankie pressuring. Oh, good 1-2 by Frankie. Got connected. Frankie got to be careful going for that level change. But Yair Rodriguez is on point with his takedown defense. Good stuff. Yair Rodriguez got that single. Got to be careful. Yair got to be careful. Oh, the way he lifted Yair Rodriguez up. Frankie Edgar, though. Whew, he's got some power, man. Beautiful single leg for Frankie Edgar. This is not where Yair Rodriguez wants to fight. Absolutely. No, sir. Do check out the channel names which I've given on the links, guys. Stream2watch.cc. That link should work most of the time. But if that does not work, I am watching it right now on Sony ESPN HD. That is the channel I'm watching it right now. So if you have XBMC or Kodi on PC, please do check out those channels. You don't want to miss this one. And I think you don't want to spend that money for that buying the pay-per-view. So please do go check out those channels. Thank you to all the listeners who are tuning into the channel as we have hit officially 400 subscribers. Thank you very much. To all the listeners, do leave a subscribe if you want to listen to the fight analysis and play-by-play every time UFC puts a fight. Not looking good for Yair Rodriguez early in round 1. This is not the place where he wants it to be. Yair wants to go for that armbar, but Frankie is defending well. He wants to stack that guard. What Frankie is doing is making Yair spend a lot of his energy. Oh, good ground and pound by Frankie. Yair has to try to get up. He has to go for a hip escape. Oh, maybe an omoplata? No. That's not happening from this position. Yair has to be careful, man. He is getting punched in the face repeatedly. This one looks like a... Oh, not looking good for Yair. A lot of punches landing for Frankie. Has to go for the hip escape. Yair Rodriguez has to go for it. 1 minute 30 remaining in round 1. Yair Rodriguez does not look comfortable in this position. Oh, elbow, hard elbows. Oh my goodness. No. Yair is not defending himself intelligently. Oh, God. Oh, side of the head. Gotta swivel, please. Come on, Yair, I'm rooting for you here. He's not making an attempt to get up at all. I don't know why. He wants to go for an armbar, but Frankie's not giving that to him, obviously. Oh, good elbow by Frankie. The way he's stacking the guard, it does become very difficult to land some punches. Oh, no. Not looking good at all. 40 seconds remaining. Yair has to get out of this round. Oh, ground and pound. Oh, no. Yair Rodriguez has to be careful. The referee might stop this one. 30 seconds remaining. Oh, my goodness. Frankie is pouring it on. He has to get out of this round somehow, Yair Rodriguez. This is a dominant round for Frankie Edgar. Yair Rodriguez is cut up and bleeding. 10 seconds remaining. Yair is holding on for dear life, let me tell you that. Dominant first round for Frankie Edgar. Whew, he is bleeding profusely. That is not a good round, sir. That is not a good round at all. Thank you, Mike McTaggart. Thank you very much. Can you please share the link, Mr. Mike McTaggart? That's a beautiful name, by the way. Can you share the link, the exact link where you're actually watching this? Because I'm pretty much sure the listeners can figure it out, but it will be helpful if you can share the same link on streamtowatch.cc, which you're watching it on. Our listeners would really appreciate it. Once again, thank you to all the listeners who are coming in. 400 subs up. We are up and running for the UFC's main card. UFC 211 is going in. Oh, that cut is so profuse. There is a lot of swelling in the eyes of Frankie Rodriguez's left. Not Frankie Rodriguez. What the fuck did I just do? Yair Rodriguez's left eye. Yair has to keep the range, man. He does not want to get taken down by Frankie. He just understood that. The guy with the third most takedowns in UFC history just took him down. Yair has to get creative, and gotta get creative very soon. Oh, a good hook kick by Yair. Gotta be careful. Hopefully he did not gas out. Yair Rodriguez is not Oh, good spinning back kick by Yair. Oh, beautiful level change. My goodness, the takedown defense of Yair Rodriguez. Oh, he's got the legs. Man, the takedowns of Frankie are legendary. I'm telling you that. Oh, he has got the legs. Oh, Frankie got to be careful here. Oh, is he going for a heel hook? Looks like it. Oh, yes. Got that heel hook going. Oh, no. This might be tight. He is hyperextending the knee for sure. Frankie Edgar does not know what the hell to do with this position. Oh, no. Yair Rodriguez has to leave the leg immediately. No. Oh, no. Ground and pound. Oh, ground and pound for Frankie Edgar. Man, Yair Rodriguez can take a punch, let me tell you that. Oh, arm triangle straight into mount. Oh, my goodness. This is not looking good for Yair. Frankie Edgar has mounted him. Oh, my fucking God. I did not expect this. Ground and pound. Yair Rodriguez very close to be finished here, guys. Yair still hanging on to the arm. He can get up. Oh, he's got the back. Oh, no, no, no. He had a chance to get up. He could have gotten up there, but it looks like Yair Rodriguez is a little tired. But he's still going for that submission. Elbows. Oh, lot of blood. Lot of blood for Yair Rodriguez. Lot of blood lost. 2 minutes remaining. These are two dominant rounds. Yair Rodriguez cannot punch from the bottom. These are not going to do anything to Frankie Edgar. He has to realize that. Frankie Edgar is putting on a grappling clinic, ladies and gentlemen. That is what is happening right now. The number 2 fighter on the planet is putting on a grappling clinic against a young, up-and-coming fighter in the UFC. Whew. That is a... Oh, Yair Rodriguez still fighting. Oh my goodness, what an elbow. Hard shots. Really hard shots pouring in from Frankie. Can we have a surprise submission? I do not question the ability of Yair Rodriguez, but he is not defending. Oh my goodness, what an elbow once again by Frankie. He cannot punch from the bottom. He has to look for positions. This is... I know he is much better than me in jiu-jitsu, but still you gotta look for some openings to improve your positioning, Yair. No, sir. He's just trying to punch back. Yes, you can get up now. Hip escape. Oh, no. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work like this. But Frankie Edgar is attacking him well, though. A lot of pressure on the shoulders. I do agree. But, man, Frankie and the kind of pressure... Oh, beautiful right-hand shot by Frankie. If you remember how Stipe Miocic knocked out Alistair Overeem, the way he stacked that guard, that is similar to what Frankie Edgar is trying to do. Yeah, he can escape now. Yes. Hip escape. Oh, no. Frankie is so intelligent. Moving into side control. Omoplata? No, not happening. Armbar. He's trying for an armbar. Not happening. 20 seconds remaining. These are two dominant rounds for Frankie Edgar, guys. Two very dominant rounds. They might even give a 10-8 to one of these rounds, I think. Not good enough for a 10-8 in my opinion. Man, sorry for breathing into the mic, but I'm kind of disappointed with the performance of Yair Rodriguez. Frankie Edgar, though, looks fresh as a cake. Yair Rodriguez is bloodied up on his left eye. Oh, he cannot see from that eye at all. Oh, God. I was so pumped for this guy. I thought he could pull it off. But, man, looks like he's coming up short right now. 2 rounds in the books for Frankie the Answer Edgar. Thank you to all the listeners for tuning into the stream. You can watch these fights on the channels mentioned in the comment section. I am watching this on Sony ESPN. Don't go nowhere as we have round 3 coming up. This is MMA Live, your channel where we break down fights every time UFC puts up one. The most technical play-by-play and fight analysis available on YouTube right after the Joe Rogan Experience, obviously. That is not a comparison at all, but we... Are they stopping the fight? No. Please don't stop the fight. Frankie Edgar is saying the time is up. The doctor is checking his cut. They are not stopping the fight. Are they stopping the fight? There's a lot of confusion right now in the octagon. Oh, they did stop the fight. They stopped the fight? What the fuck? Why did they fucking stop the fight? Oh, doctor stoppage. Okay, that eye is pretty much closed, as I told you guys. It's official. Frankie Edgar defeats Yair Rodriguez by doctor stoppage. Yes, sir. Unfortunate ending to the fight, though I would have preferred a third round for sure. But man, Frankie Edgar keep punching that left eye of Yair Rodriguez. He just could not take anything more. There's absolutely no vision from the left eye. And if there is no vision, the doctor would obviously advise. The doctor would obviously advise that the fight should be discontinued. So here it is, ladies and gents. The official decision: Frankie Edgar defeats Yair Rodriguez by doctor's stoppage in the second round. Oh my goodness. Do leave a sub while you're here if you like the fight play-by-play and analysis. Definitely Yair Rodriguez is disappointed. He literally started crying as the decision was announced. But man, oh my god, that eye is grotesque. He cannot see from that eye for sure. He cannot. They are declaring this as a TKO, which I think is unfortunate. Joe Rogan in the house. Doctor stoppage. Yes, TKO by doctor stoppage. That is the correct way of pronouncing it. But man, did Frankie Edgar put on a performance against Yair Rodriguez. Oh my goodness, this guy is still as legit as they come. Back-to-back victories, 21 wins and 5 losses for the answer, Frankie Edgar. That was such a disappointment, guys. Oh my goodness. But still, it is what it is. Gotta move on. The new generation has to learn from its mistakes and tighten up the game. Yair Rodriguez will learn a lot from this victory for sure. As the official decisions are coming out, thank you to all the listeners who are tuning into the stream. Don't go nowhere, as we got 3 amazing fights lined up for you. Damien Maia versus Jorge Masvidal. Jedrezejczyk versus Jessica Andrade. And Stipe Miocic versus Junior Dos Santos. Man, that was some fucked up shit by Frankie right there. Fuck. And what a fight, what a dominant performance. Utter dominance by Frankie Edgar, who is obviously calling out for a title shot right now. The answer should probably not get one, but he is positioned himself for a good shot. Demetrius Johnson, who is in the crowd. Amanda Nunes against Nina Ansaroff, also in the house. Michael Irvin, Pro Football Hall of Fame 3-time Super Bowl champion, in the crowd. Damien Maia, Jorge Masvidal is up next. Let me give you a quick update of what happened today in UFC 211. In the prelims, we had Joaquim Christensen against Antigulov pulling off the surprise submission early in round 1. Then we had Gabriel Benitez versus Enrique Barzola getting the unanimous decision victory due to superior takedowns and accuracy in striking. Then we had female bantamweights going at it. Jessica Aguilar versus Courtney Casey. Lot of strikes thrown in that one. Courtney Casey, though, getting the superior exchanges in the striking and gets the decision victory. Then we had one of the knockouts of the night, James Wick versus Marco Polo Hayes. James Wick knocking out Hayes in round 1. Then we had another knockout, Chase Sherman versus Rashad Coulter, but this was an accumulation of a lot of strikes leading up to round 2, where Chase Sherman eventually got the TKO victory against Rashad Coulter. Then we had Chas Kelly, Jason Knight, in my opinion, fight of the night. Takedowns both sides, a lot of striking, but eventually Jason Knight getting the TKO victory. Then unfortunately in the next one, we had a no context, not context, contest. No contest between Eddie Alvarez and Dustin Poirier. No contest due to some weird reasons. Do not understand what happened there, but we moved on to the main card. Krystof Jotko, David Brands. That was a bummer of a fight because not a lot of action happening between Jotko and David Brands, but David Brands getting the unanimous decision and getting the 11th victory consecutively on his resume. He is going up in the middleweight division. Then we had Frankie Edgar versus Yair Rodriguez, the fight which I was really waiting for. In my opinion, I wanted to see whether the new generation could live up to the hype, but unfortunately Yair Rodriguez could not live up to the hype as he got mauled by Frankie Edgar on the ground. Lots of takedowns for Frankie, and the doctor had to stop the fight due to the bleeding and swelling in Yair Rodriguez's left eye. So the fight got stopped in the end of the second round. So that was announced as a TKO victory for Frankie Edgar. The welterweight rankings: Stephen Thompson, Tyron Woodley is the champion, Robbie Lawler is number 2, Damien Maia is number 3, and Jorge Masvidal is number 5 in the welterweight rankings. That is the fight coming up next for you guys. Don't go nowhere, and do leave a sub and a like while you're at it. This is MA Live, your channel where we break down the fights as technically as possible. Damien Maia is a boa constrictor on the ground, but can he take the fight to the ground? That is the biggest question which is cropping up on all the MMA fans' minds, as we are all set for the third fight on the main card: Jorge Masvidal versus Damien Maia. Damien Maia unfortunately does not have a nickname for some reason, which is really surprising. I think he should have a nickname, and I think that nickname should be Constrictor. Damien Constrictor Maia. That suits him aptly, because that's what he does. Once he gets the fight to the ground, he immediately goes into a territory where you haven't been tested before. Whew. Damien Maia coming up immediately after Jorge Masvidal. The Gamebred had a beautiful victory against Donald Cowboy Cerrone, who was also in the audience to watch this fight. He had a beautiful victory against Cowboy Cerrone, who had a 4-fight win streak up to that point in the welterweight division, but unfortunately Jorge Masvidal stopped that train and moved up in the rankings. He is currently ranked number 5th in the official UFC welterweight rankings. That is what is the positioning. Yeah, I agree with that. Darfog is correct. I completely agree with you, Tar. But hey, it is what it is. Hopefully they understand, at least after this fight. I mean, such a high-profile matchup getting derailed due to an illegal knee. That is not what we expect as MMA fans. As Gamebred Masvidal enters the octagon for his fight, he looks pretty calm and collected. He's not as pumped as usual for his fights. He is very slow to walk into the octagon. Can he keep it standing? That is again the question. Yair Rodriguez could not keep it standing against Frankie Edgar. Can Masvidal keep it standing against Damien Maia? That's probably a tougher question to answer than Frankie Edgar and Yair Rodriguez. You knew that Frankie Edgar is going to get a takedown, but the question was whether Yair Rodriguez can get up from the takedown. But he could not, and they stopped the fight due to doctor stoppage. Surprisingly, Masvidal is much more contemplative for his particular preparation with his teammates as he's about to enter the octagon. Looks really surprising. He's always ripped as usual. Very good shape. Not very heavy, not very bulky. But he is a little light for a UFC welterweight. He's not very lengthy or very tall. He's very average in terms of proportion, but he does make it up in terms of skill set for sure. In terms of striking, 3-fight win streak for Jorge, third highest striking rate amongst active UFC welterweights. That is surprising because the welterweight division has a lot of good strikers. Stephen won by Thompson is one of them, but he had a pretty bad fight against Tyron Woodley, so we don't know who's gonna fight Tyron next. GSP and Michael Bisping got pulled by Dana White for some reason. Apparently, it was getting too delayed from GSP's end, so they kind of pulled the plug on that fight. So it's really interesting who GSP fights next. Will he come back to the welterweight division? You don't know, but Damien Maia surprisingly has got a great response from the crowd. If he gets caught by Masvidal, it's gonna be over. Masvidal punches really hard, but can he get this fight to the ground? I think he can. I understand Masvidal is a wrestler, but Damien Maia can definitely take any wrestler down. That is my humble opinion. He was fighting in the UFC middleweight division, but now he's dropped down to 170. He's looked better than ever. He is ranked number 3 in the official UFC welterweight rankings. Can he get Jorge Masvidal to the ground? That is going to be the story. I am going to be picking Damien Maia for this one. Let me know in the comments who you guys got for this particular fight in the UFC welterweight division. Longest active win streak in the UFC welterweight division, 6 wins for Damien Maia. Tied second most submission in UFC history, 9 submission, 9th most takedowns landed in UFC history for Damien Maia. Second highest submissions. That is the stat which I want you guys to focus on. Damien Maia enters the octagon at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. Only 2 fights remaining: Joanna Jedrezejczyk versus Jessica Andrade, and Stipe Miocic versus Junior Dos Santos. 2 title fights coming up immediately after this one, but in my opinion, this particular fight is going to decide who is going to challenge for the welterweight title next. If Maia can finish this early, I think he makes a strong case for fighting Tyron Woodley next. That is what I feel. Let me know in the comment section who you think. Okay, Dar Foggy. Okay, I appreciate that comment. Let's break down the tail of the tape. Oh my goodness, Damien Maia is old. He's 39 years old, Damien Maia. I did not know that he was so old, man. Oh shit. And that might be a factor actually, once you think about it. Jorge Masvidal is 32. His reach is 74. Damien Maia's reach is only 72. So Masvidal will have a 2-inch reach advantage. Let's see the official introductions from Bruce Buffer. The channels on which you can watch these fights are given in the links in the comment section. Jorge Masvidal is the favorite? What? Jorge Masvidal is the favorite for this fight. Minus 130. No, that is wrong, Las Vegas odds. That is wrong. You do not know who Damien Maia is. But still, don't go for that. Please pick Damien Maia on this one, because I see that happening far more often in terms of takedowns getting landed by Maia. Even if he does not get a submission, he will get a decision victory. 24 wins and 6 losses for Damien Maia, who is the taller fighter. But the shorter fighter has a reach advantage compared to him. So short hands for Damien Maia, but long legs, if you know what I mean, for constricting people and getting those submissions. Rear naked chokes, arm bars, guillotines, Damien Maia has all of them working. A lot of new referees in Dallas, Texas. The referee for this one is Mr. Kerry Hadley, the beautiful ring girls of UFC doing the ring work as we are all set. If it's going to go down early, I pick Masvidal, but my official pick for this one, they don't touch gloves. Masvidal said no, sir. Southpaw stance for Damien Maia. Masvidal is careful, staying on the outside. He does have the reach advantage slightly in this one. Maia is confident enough in terms of keeping the fight in the striking range. He will go for a takedown eventually. It is going to happen. Oh, beautiful stuffing of the takedown. Beautiful stuff. He's got the leg. Oh, Jorge Masvidal. Yes, Maia got the takedown. Oh, he has got a guillotine deep. He's got a single leg. He is pressuring him. He pulls guard. Maia pulls guard. But he gets up eventually. A lot of punches landed by Jorge though during the break. Oh, beautiful stuff. But Jorge keeps getting up. That's the beauty. He's got the back. This is not looking good for Jorge. Beautiful stuff by Damien Maia. Got the back. Got the back. He's carrying the weight of Damien Maia now. He's got a body lock. Yes, that is cinched in. Not looking good for Gamebred. He is standing up, but he's got a tight body lock. Damien Maia. Though he got cut up, he pursued that takedown beautifully. It's like a chess match with Damien Maia here. A lot of good positioning by Damien. He's staying calm. He does not want to finish the fight soon. He has got the back. The problem here is that Jorge Masvidal is carrying the weight. Oh, no. This is not good. He's got the choke. He's got one hand. But Masvidal is defending okay here. He's taking some punches though. Good punches. Man, the way he just... Oh, good punches by Damien Maia. Jorge Masvidal has to be careful. Jorge Masvidal still defending, but he is carrying a lot of weight from Damien Maia. This is not looking good for Jorge. Oh, a lot of punches by Damien from this position. I'm surprised how he can maintain his balance from such a position like this. A lot of punches at the body. A lot of ankle strength for Damien Maia. Jorge Masvidal would have to eventually give up from this position. It's not looking good. This is going to be a dominant round for Damien. Though he got cut up a little bit while pursuing the takedown. He's carrying all of Damien Maia's weight. Can he look to pull the guy down? Probably. But this is a weird position, man. He's just hanging on to him from the back. Masvidal finally trying to shake him off. Not happening. The body lock is still in place. It's surprising how Damien Maia can maintain these positions. He is really pursuing that rear naked choke strongly. Masvidal trying to shake him off. I don't think Maia minds it. Oh, punches by Jorge. Maia though, gotta be careful. 13 seconds. Oh, this could be a round changer. Oh, good end to the round by Masvidal though. It's really interesting how the judges scored that round. Really interesting. Whew. So, the entire round can be summarized in two ways. Number one, Damien Maia had his back for around 4 minutes in that fight. But when he did not have his back, Jorge Masvidal landed a lot of punches, which did damage. So did Jorge Masvidal tire out? I'm not sure. But Damien Maia has to be careful of not getting knocked out. He did take a couple of ground and pound punches from Jorge Masvidal. But in terms of overall control, since he got the dominance, I'm going to give that round to Damien Maia. He will just move in for the takedown. Everybody knows it. Everybody expects it. But he just cannot stop it. That is how Damien Maia's strategy works. You just can't stop the takedown. Masvidal has to do something here. Otherwise, this round is going to be a repeat of what happened in the last one. Masvidal is... Oh, there's a break in the action for some reason. Oh, his gloves came off. Okay. They cut the gloves of Jorge Masvidal. They do touch gloves now on the resumption. Masvidal is looking for a knee. That's what I feel. Good high kick. Masvidal has to put the pressure on Damien. That's what Masvidal does. Oh, beautiful sprawl by Jorge. Good kick to the body. Good inside leg kick by Jorge Masvidal. Jorge is feeling much better in this round. Looks like Damien Maia. Oh, good high kick, but blocked by Damien. Oh, beautiful sprawl. Again by Jorge. This round is much more of what Damien expected. The range fighting by Jorge Masvidal. Good kick to the body. Oh, good inside leg kick by Jorge Masvidal. Damien Maia is not doing a lot of feinting here. He has to throw in some punches. Good jab by Jorge. The stand-up difference is so huge. Jorge Masvidal is just picking him apart. Good sprawl. He pulls guard. Damien pulls guard. Goes for a single, which is not advisable against a guy of the caliber of single leg. Oh, good elbow. Oh, beautiful sprawl again by Jorge. Pulls guard immediately. Damien is pulling guard all day. He does not want to get sucked into this, Jorge Masvidal, but he is staying patient. Good punches by Jorge Masvidal. If Damien Maia loses, this will be such a disappointment. Oh, reversal. Reversal by Damien at the right point. He just swivels and puts pressure on Jorge's knees. Anaconda choke attempt by Jorge Masvidal, but surprisingly he loses position against Damien Maia, who is landing on top of him. This is not good for Jorge Masvidal. 2 minutes remaining. Moves into half guard. Wants to move into mount. So slick, so slick. But yes, Jorge Masvidal does recover the guard. Good punches by Damien. He's trying to reverse position. Jorge Masvidal trying to get up. He is making Jorge Masvidal carry all of his weight. That is... Oh, he does take him down. Gotta get those hooks in. A lot of pressure. A lot of pressure by Damien Maia. Jorge is doing reasonably enough in this round compared to the first one, but he does give up his back a lot. Oh, lands up on top. This is not good for Jorge. 1 minute remaining. It's not good. Not good for Jorge. He has to defend his arms. He might be open for an armbar here. Damien Maia is just slick competitor, man. The way he gets these positions, you just know that it's coming, but you just can't do anything. It's relentless pressure by Damien Maia. He just knows what's to be done from certain positions. You just can't escape it. Ground and pound by Damien at the end of the round. Not looking good for Jorge Masvidal right now. Again, he started off pretty well. You never know judging in these kind of rounds, man. That's the whole problem. You never know. They might look at damage. Oh, good punches by Damien. Jorge Masvidal looks like he's getting tired, but so is Damien Maia. It's going to be really interesting who has the upper hand in the round 3. Really interesting. Damn. Cardio Fight, Douglas AG. These are the channels. These are the channels on which you can watch these fights live, and the links to watch them on. Number 1. If you're on XBMC Cody or cable, you can watch these fights on these channels. I'm watching it on the first channel, which I just put up on the comment section, which is Sony ESPN. That is happening currently, and you can also watch it on stream2watch.cc. Round 3. Looks like this one's going Damien Maia's way in terms of control. Jorge Masvidal probably needs a knockout or a really dominant round in order for a split decision to happen. As expected, I was going for a decision because I did feel that Jorge Masvidal could have prepared for the takedowns of Damien Maia, but I did not feel that he could have prepared for the offensive jiu-jitsu of Damien Maia. So he is doing much better than any of the other guys before Damien Maia's opponents, but he is still not doing enough in my opinion. Good level change, but Damien Maia feinted a takedown but came up on top. Good sub by Damien. Good left straight by Damien Maia. Jorge Masvidal looks a little tired. Damien circling outside to his right. Both guys are a little tired right now, but still both of them are putting up a strong performance. Third round, not a lot of action. 3 minutes 30 seconds remaining. Damien Maia thinks that he has the fight won, which is really risky with an opponent like Jorge Masvidal. You gotta always put the pressure on a guy like Masvidal because he can always come back in a fight. I do feel one two does not connect for Jorge. Damien Maia has good left straight by Damien. Damien Maia is not engaging in the takedowns also in this fight. Oh, good kick to the body. Good jab by Jorge. Much better round for Jorge this one. Masvidal always wants to go for that knee. That step in knee. Oh, good single leg. Oh, a beautiful step by Damien, who immediately puts Jorge Masvidal under pressure. He is on top of him. Jorge Masvidal does not like it, obviously. But he is hooking a leg in, which is good. He desperately wants to go for that finish. A lot of punches by Damien. Jorge Masvidal is just sitting there doing nothing. A lot of punches by Damien. Uh-oh, from the side, not looking good. Not looking good for Jorge. Okay, moves out. Damien is almost in mount. Gets that body lock. Gets that body locked up and running. Not looking good for Jorge at all. This should be a unanimous decision victory for Damien Maia. He did land a lot of punches. Not a lot of damage, but he did land a lot of punches during these exchanges. He got the fight to the ground in every single round of the fight, and he did threaten with a submission in most of those occasions. So I think this is going to be a unanimous decision victory for Damien Maia. Damien Maia not threatening though in this round. The body lock is locked in by Damien as he moves Jorge to this side of the cage as he's closing in for a submission, as I expect. A lot of punches by Jorge. 30 seconds remaining. Can we get a finish? he just blew a kiss to Damien Maia. That's what Jorge Masvidal did. Gives up his back. Gives up his back. 10 seconds remaining. It's a good performance by Jorge, but it's not good enough. That's what I feel. He got outclassed by a jiu-jitsu master. That is what happened. Looks like a title eliminator in my opinion. I don't know why Jorge Masvidal is raising his hands, but he did got outpunched and outpointed by Damien Maia. Looks like a clear 29-28 or a 30-27 in my opinion. Maia always puts in the work, always gets the takedown, always gets the superior positioning. He's just like a snake, man. He just is on top of you. Maia can take a punch, man. Maia can take a punch and an elbow and a knee. And the wrestling work, oh, is legit. But you never know. Some of the decisions have been weird. Good fight for both of these guys. I think if Damien Maia wins, he should definitely get a title shot, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do let me know, because I feel that this one is going in the way of Damien motherfucking Maia, either by split decision or by unanimous decision. Let us see what the judges feel. The official decision is up and coming. We are all set for the two title fights, strawweight and heavyweight. Let's hear the official decision. Oh, it's a split decision. Winner by split decision, Damien Maia, sir, as I said. Jorge Masvidal, Damien Maia. That was a split decision. Thank you very much. Damien Maia is talking to Dana White. He's literally begging him, please give me my title fight. Joe Rogan puts it correctly. Very crafty and very, very skillful opponent in Jorge Masvidal, but Damien Maia is now tied second most wins in UFC history. Donald Cerrone and George St. Pierre have the most victories in UFC history. In second position, Damien Maia ties them for that record with 19 victories. The guy with the highest number of victories, obviously, is Michael Bisping, who is the UFC middleweight champion. Damien Maia, though, explaining his strategy, trying to come to terms in terms of what went wrong, but he did do well in 2 of the 3 rounds, at least, in my opinion. Oh, it is official, guys. It has just been made official that Damien Maia will be fighting Tyron Woodley for the UFC welterweight title. Breaking right here on this channel, MMA Live. Do leave a sub for that if you're listening to me. It is official, guys. Tyron Woodley will be fighting Damien Maia for the UFC welterweight title. The date is not announced, but you never know. UFC has gone back on its word before, but I expect that they will honor this one for Damien Maia for sure. Damien Maia, ladies and gentlemen, 39 years old and doing work against. Oh, thank you, David M. Chamoy.cc. What is this channel? Let me check it out. What is this Chamoy.cc channel? It says this can be reached. So David M, can you please check whether this can be reached or not? UFC Fight Pass, Glory Super Fight Kickboxing, Rico versus Lazar is coming up on May 20th, followed by Titan FC 44. Torres defends his title on May 19th. Those are the 2 things coming up on UFC Fight Pass, the subscription service for UFC's official mixed martial arts application, available on Android and iTunes. They did not pay me to say anything because nobody fucking pays me. Fucking pay me, motherfuckers. But yeah, nobody's gonna pay me. So anyways, we are finally all set for the co-main event, Jessica Andrade versus Joanna Jedrezejczyk. For the women's strawweight championship. Don't go nowhere. Keep it locked in at MMA Live for further play-by-play and fight analysis of UFC 211 season. What is this? Kingdom. The cast of Kingdom is on location for UFC 211, happening from the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, as we await the strawweights, Jessica Andrade versus Joanna champion Jedrezejczyk. I'm back. I'm back. Don't worry, I'm back. Okay, so as we await the strawweights in the house for the strawweight championship in Dallas, Texas, UFC 211, I'm gonna give you a quick update on what the fuck happened in the main card till now. The first fight, Krystof Jotko versus David Branch, was a stupidly dull affair. David Branch wanted to clinch up, get the ground game running, but did not have the patience to keep Krystof Jotko away from range. So it ended up in a split decision for David Branch. And surprise of the night, in my opinion, not actually a surprise, but still a good victory for Frankie Edgar. But it was unfortunate because it was stopped due to doctor's intervention, as the left eye of Yair Rodriguez swelled up to such a huge proportion that he could not see from his left eye. Frankie Edgar getting the TKO victory by doctors stopping. We had the latest fight to determine the next contender for Tyron Woodley's UFC welterweight championship. Damien Maia versus Jorge Masvidal. As you can see, complete control of the ground exchanges from Damien Maia, though he did not land a lot of significant strikes while standing up. He did get the fight to the ground in all 3 rounds, and he got the finish against Jorge Masvidal in terms of positioning. So he got the split decision victory against Jorge Masvidal, and it is official, guys. He is gonna be fighting for the UFC welterweight championship. He is 39 years old, but Dana White looks like he has given him the official chance to fight Tyron Woodley next. Jessica Andrade has got a haircut for some reason, got some braided hairs, but she has shaved off her sides to have a lean and mean look. She is really dangerous in the first round, is Jessica Andrade, but so is Joanna Jedrezejczyk, but she is known to be a slow starter. So keep in mind that Joanna Jedrezejczyk can be susceptible to a knockdown early in the fight. So I want all the listeners to keep that in mind. But without any further ado, here is Jessica Andrade entering for her first ever title challenge in what is a stacked strawweight division. Is developing very fast. We have Claudia Gadelha, who's fought the champion twice and lost both times. We have Karolina Kowalkiewicz, whose only losses have been against Joanna champion. Have these fighters had moments in those fights? I agree, they have. But who has come up victorious every single time? It has always been the Polish power, Joanna Jedrezejczyk. Can Jessica Andrade's barrage, can Jessica Andrade's hook, and can Jessica Andrade's jiu-jitsu game be of any match to the striking of the champion? That is what we are here to see. The strawweight championship is on the line. Thank you to all the listeners who are tuning in. This is MMA Live, your channel where we break down all mixed martial art fights as technically as possible. Jessica Andrade is on a 3-fight win streak and has finished 12 of her 16 victories, 5 by knockouts and 7 by submission. While you all are here, please do leave a subscription. Foggy, Joanna Murder. Kamai.cc is not working, ladies and gentlemen, so please don't look at it. I'm going to give you, for one final time, the list of channels which are streaming these fights live. The crowd just went nuts. As you can see, the crowd just went nuts, and these are the channels where you can watch the 2 title fights in the UFC's strawweight and heavyweight division. Coming up is Joanna Jedrezejczyk the one who has the Polish power, the one who says that she cannot be defeated, the one who has not been defeated inside the octagon. She is 13-0 as the crowd go nuts about the champion who is about to enter the octagon for her 6th title defense, if I remember correctly. 6th or 5th title defense for Joanna Jedrezejczyk. Thank you to all the listeners who are tuning into the channel for the very first time. A lot of regular listeners also tuning in as we are just dropping down and up and about that 400 subscriber range. Please help us to reach that milestone as we give you more content on mixed martial arts. Joanna Jedrezejczyk is from Oslin. Is that how? Distin or Distin, Poland. She is a decorated mixed martial artist and a decorated Muay Thai expert. That is what Joanna Jedrezejczyk is. She is known to be a slow starter, as we all know. That is what is getting me worried for this one. I feel this is Joanna Jedrezejczyk's toughest fight till date, and I expect this one to go 5 rounds. That is what I expect to happen. But if Jessica Andrade gets this to the ground for some reason, I have a feeling that she can pull off a submission against Joanna Jedrezejczyk. That's what I feel. But Polish power has known to be very strong in all of her fights late. She has got a unanimous decision or a finish in all of her fights. She has never been controversially affected by any decision except the one against Claudia Gadelha. She is the UFC strawweight champion. She is undefeated, and she is number 1 pound for pound female fighter on the planet, right after Demetrius Johnson, in my humble opinion. Let me know what you guys think will happen in this fight in the comment section below. She did have some difficulty in cutting weight for this one. If you remember the weigh-in ceremony, which happened right after the UFC Summer Kickoff Conference, which has 10 fights, 4 championships, and 6 countries involved, as the crowd is going absolutely nuts for Joanna champion Jedrezejczyk. The American Airlines Center is the host for this UFC strawweight fight. Jessica Andrade looking lean and mean. Joanna Jedrezejczyk saying, "What's up, girl? You're putting on that mean look? You ain't got no shit against me." Joanna Jedrezejczyk is feeling it for some reason, but she has to be careful. She can get knocked down early. She is susceptible to those punches, as she is through a lot of wars. She is 29 years old though. She has a significant height advantage of 4.5 inches, and she also has a significant reach advantage of 3.5 inches. But Jessica Andrade is the younger fighter at 25 years of age. Bruce Buffer, as usual, doing the official announcements for UFC 211. All set, ladies and gents. All fucking set. Let's look at the stats for Jessica Andrade and understand where her strengths and weaknesses are, as the judges Jeff Mullins, Saudi Amato, and one more guy are the official judges. The official referee is Jacob Montalvo from Mexico, if I am correct. Fighting out of Brazil with a record of 16 wins and 5 losses. From Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, is the underdog, plus 150, Jessica Andrade. She has a mean look. She has been a former UFC bantamweight who is dropping down to strawweight. So I do feel she might have the power advantage against Joanna Jedrezejczyk just because of the pure weight she carries around in her body. So gotta pay attention to that. She has a champ mouth guard. I have not seen that in some time. A pink color champ mouth guard. Joanna Jedrezejczyk though is always focused, always ready for any challenge. Her striking is almost legendary. She is ready for that entry, isn't she? The females in the crowd are all going nuts. Polish power in the house. Will they touch gloves? Joanna Jedrezejczyk wants to stare down her opponents in the eye. Andrade is not flinching. They do touch gloves. Interesting. Let us see how this one pans out. Andrade looks so mean. I'm telling you, one of the meanest looking fighters with that haircut of hers for this fight. Let me know in the comments, guys, who you think is going to win this one as we start round number 1. Andrade on the back foot already, eating a leg kick from Jedrezejczyk. Inside leg kick and outside leg kick for Jedrezejczyk. Andrade, good outside leg kick. Once more. Inside, once again. Andrade packs a lot of punch in those hooks. Good outside leg kick once again. Looks like leg kicks are the focus today in the camp of Jedrezejczyk. Good outside leg kick once again by Jedrezejczyk. She is repeating the process. Oh, good overhand right. Quick one by Joanna. Inside, once more. Andrade. Oh, the hooks. Oh, good hooks by Andrade. She just wings them. That is the power what Andrade possesses. Joanna has to be careful with that kind of a power, but she seems to have eaten a punch pretty well till now. The only problem seems to be her nose. Good Muay Thai clinch. Good pressure by Andrade though, pushing her to the cage. Maybe she wants to take the fight to the ground. But good defense as of now for Joanna. Good knees to the body. Maybe going for a low single. Andrade. Oh, she has a lot of power. Man, the way she lifted Joanna Jedrezejczyk up. Beautiful takedown. Oh, this is for the first time in a long time that I'm seeing the champion getting lifted up in the air like that by a challenger. Moves into half guard. Not looking good for Joanna Jedrezejczyk. She has to not leave her neck open. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful of it. Not looking good for Jedrezejczyk as we lose power for some reason. Dark Foggy says 50-50, even though I love JJ. Yes, it's looking like a pretty close fight as Andrade keeps the pressure up on Joanna Jedrezejczyk. She has to get out of that place immediately. Immediately. Even though Jessica Andrade still has significant power, that is where Joanna is going to be scoring as she lands a couple of more strikes from range. Good stuff going in. Joanna is very, very good at picking the range, jabbing, throwing in some punches, throwing in some quick combinations. That is what Joanna Jedrezejczyk is good at. Definitely. Again, a lot of strikes from range, moving in and out, leg kicks mixed in to the mix. Good stuff by Joanna, though. She is recovering slowly but surely. Yes, thank you very much, Dar Foggy. I'm still not able to see the actual stream on my television, but I am able to see it on my laptop. Let me quickly go to stream to watch. Can anybody give me a link, please, to watch it online? Because my television subscriber just shit on my head right now, like immediately. This website has been blocked for some reason. Okay. Let's check the internet out for some links. Can we? But it looks like Joanna Jedrezejczyk has definitely recovered and started landing a lot of punches from striking distance. Looks like that. Let's check this link out. Fucking Stipe Miocic is also there in the house. Looks like all of these are clickbait kind of websites. You're watching an education video? What the fuck is this? Okay, I'm losing power here. What's happening? Hello? Seriously? This had to happen now? Fucking seriously?